Hello, everyone. Let's talk about Tomax and Xamot. Those are characters from the G.I. Joe universe, first appearing, of course, in the Marvel Comics series G.I. Joe, a True American Hero, which became the cartoon show G.I. Joe, the True American Hero. Tomax and Xamot, if I could just write their names here, you would know they're identical twins, like me and my twin. I can't really say I'm identical twins because there'd be no evidentiation of twinness. So it was just me. So Tomax and Xamot have a deeper backstory in the comic books. In the comic books, Tomax and Xamot were both members of the military on the side of good. I mean, depending on how you evaluate the post-industrial military industrial complex, and they felt like this wasn't working for them, so they had a plan, and that plan was business and finance. Boy, if there's one thing I love more than military ordnance, it's working at a bank. And they didn't like it that much either. These crazy identical twins. They decided the real money is in global terrorism. That's a natural transition, Goldman Sachs, terrorist groups. They both have a lot of things to organize, I guess. So yeah, they that was Zoma on the phone, but I'm talking to you. So they joined Cobra. I almost said Hydra, different comic. They joined Cobra and became things, and this ties into the cartoon show G.I. Joe, a True American Hero, or whatever, yeah, something like that. And Tomax and Zoma are agents of Cobra. Uh, they are mirror images of each other because everything has to be about the twin gimmick. They got their hair parted, but then the other guy has the hair parted the other way. So if they stand next to each other, it reflects face paint. They gave, I think, Tomax. It's hard to tell because I can't ask them for clarification because they're fictional characters. But I think Tomax has the scar on his cheek, so you always know he's different. But otherwise, they're the same. They're kind of these burly guys because they're military types. They're also business types, so they kind of wear suits. Spend a lot of their time talking about business investment. They always escape from when the Joes, that's the collection of G.I. Joe good guys, are taking down the Cobras. Tomax and Xamot can escape because they're wily businessmen who also are crazy ripped. I mean, the pectorals alone pushing through the suit. It's crazy. And so yeah, Tomax and Xamot are not just twins visually. They have what's known as, very unofficially, the Corsican Brothers syndrome. The Corsican Brothers is a adventure book written by Alexandre Dumas. Three Musketeers, Man in the Iron Mask. The Corsican twins are also identical twins, and Dumas paid off a trope I have been asked about as a real life twin 1,000 times in my life, which is if you get hurt, does your brother feel your pain or vice versa? Now, in real life, no. If my brother feels pain, I hear about it because we're close, but no actual physical psychic contact. And so if you punch a Corsican brother, the other one is punched. Not even like a psychic. Oh, something's wrong. It's just what? Yeah. So Tomax and Xamot have this thing. If you punch one of them, you punch the other one. So like 60% of the dialogue of Tomax and Xamot is something like, "Oh no, if you hurt my brother, you'll hurt me." And then big burly G.I. Joe guy is like, "That's a great idea." And that just deflates the nefarious purpose of Tomax and Xamot. I think I've just covered everything about these characters. Anything else? Um, they were in the comics, much better backstory, just kind of there. Ancillary characters of Cobra. I mean, it's rough if you're looking to be famous from Cobra, because Cobra Commander, I mean, his high pitched voice and his mask that looks cool, and the Baroness, very beautiful woman. Destro, it's got the silver paint looking thing. It's like a stone man who also works for evil military corporations. Anyway, the twins, Tomax and Xamot, they really need a congregate nickname, which is funny because as a twin, me and my brother, we don't want a congregate nickname, you know. The Luna Boys, Luna Twins, the Lunatics. That one's okay. They're in the movies, the live action movies. I've never seen them. So that's about the end of that anecdote. And I feel like they're just okay characters. I don't think they're as fun in any way. You know, I think a lot of G.I. Joe characters, you know, look cool, big bombastic energy, quirky voice. Tomax and Xamot, despite their face paint and their symmetry, played pretty straight. The voices aren't really modulated super different than the voice actors. One of them is Corey Burton. The other one's also relatively famous. That's what you come to this show for. Some knowledge. But yeah, they just kind of fill in the gaps. I don't really like the preppy suit thing and like hiding from battle kind of, again, despite being on some kind of muscle juice. You get what I'm saying? And yeah. So twin magic is not real, at least in my life. And for Tomax and Xamot, it's unfortunately almost in a weird way, despite being biologically impossible with the Corsican brothers thing, played a little too safe down the middle. So it's kind of like the worst of both worlds. Thank you.